Welcome to PlayOwnAi. In today's episode, we're building a production-ready AI stock picker using CrewAi. With Pydantic validation, custom tools, and vector memory integration, you'll learn how to combine multiple LLMs, structured outputs, and persistent memory to create reliable, real-world AI agents. If you find this tutorial helpful, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more advanced AI workflows. At the end of this tutorial, you'll have a fully functional AI stock picker that can what our code editor search, CrewAi install documentation. Follow the instructions to install CrewAi in your system. Installation instructions. Copy and paste our terminal. Let's open terminal or command prompt. cd to the CrewAi directory. CrewAi create crew_stock_picker. Enter the number of your choice or queue to quit. I choose 1. Again, enter the number of your choice or queue to quit. I choose 6. Then enter skip for the next prompts until you reach the end. Let's open our stock picker on CrewAi. cd stock_picker. Environment variables. First, let's set up our API keys. Create a file called .env in your project root. .env file. API_key equals API_key_ here. Open it and add your serper_dev API key. Serper_API_key your _key. If you're using OpenAI or Anthropic, add those two. OpenAI_API_key your _OpenAI_key. Anthropic_API_key your _key. Save the file. These keys are now securely stored and ready to use. Create custom tools. Comprehensive guide on crafting, using, and managing custom tools within the CrewAi framework, including new functionalities and error handling. Tools directory structure. Custom_tool.py renamed, create2. Push_tool.py. This section defines a custom tool for sending push notifications to users. First, we define a push notification input model using Pydantic, which ensures the message is structured and validated. The push notification tool inherits from base tool and provides a clear name, description, and argument schema for use by agents. The _run method handles sending the notification. It checks if the message is a string or dictionary, and retrieves the pushover credentials from environment variables. If credentials are set, it sends a post request to the pushover API and prints a confirmation. If credentials are missing, it logs the message instead of sending it, ensuring safe operation in all environments. This tool allows the stock picker crew to communicate important decisions or updates directly to. Now let's configure our agents. First, open this file on your screen. src/stock_picker/config/agents.yaml. Once it's open, remove all existing content. Now, paste the following configuration. This agent is called trending_company_finder. Its role is a financial news analyst that identifies trending companies within a specific sector. The goal is very clear. It reads the latest financial news and selects 2 to 3 trending companies for further research. It always chooses new companies and avoids duplicates. The backstory gives the agent context and expertise. This helps the LLM make better decisions when scanning news and identifying trends. For the language model, we're using DeepSeek Chat, which performs very well for reasoning over financial and news-based content. Below the previous agent, add a new section called Financial_Researcher. This agent acts as our deep dive analyst. Its role is Senior Financial Researcher, responsible for in-depth company evaluation. The goal is simple but powerful. Based on trending companies from the news, this agent produces a comprehensive financial analysis report for each company. The backstory establishes credibility. This tells the model it's an expert with a strong track record in analyzing high-interest companies and turning research into structured reports. For the language model, we're using OpenAI GPT-4o Mini. It's fast, cost-efficient, and excellent for structured financial writing. If you want to run this fully locally, you can switch to Llama 3.2. Just uncomment the local model and comment out OpenAI. Scroll down and insert the next section titled Stock_Picker. This agent is responsible for making the ultimate investment decision. Its role is defined as stock picker from research, meaning it evaluates previously analyzed companies and selects the best one. The goal explains the workflow clearly. Given a list of researched companies with strong investment potential, the agent chooses the top pick, notifies the user, and creates a detailed justification report. And to avoid repetition, it's instructed not to pick the same company twice. The backstory strengthens the model's reasoning. The agent acts as a meticulous financial analyst with a proven track record in equity selection, trained to synthesize research and confidently pick a winner. For the model, we're using OpenAI GPT-4o Mini to balance performance and cost. But if you want to run this fully locally, just uncomment the Llama 3.2 line and comment out the OpenAI model. It's interchangeable thanks to CrewAi's flexibility. His agent acts as the project manager, and its role is clearly defined as manager. The goal here is important. Instead of doing research directly, this agent delegates tasks strategically to achieve the main objective: picking the best company for investment. The backstory reinforces that behavior. It positions the agent as a highly effective project manager, skilled at assigning the right tasks to the right agents. For the LLM, we're using Anthropic Claude Opus, which is excellent for reasoning and complex orchestration. But just like before, you can switch models anytime. For example, to a local model using Llama, by simply commenting or uncommenting the respective line. Once you've added this block, make sure to save the file. Perfect. Now our manager agent is ready. And this completes our multi-agent hierarchy. Manager orchestrates. Trend finder discovers. Researcher analyzes. Analyst refines. Stock picker selects. That's the power of CrewAi. Flexible, modular, and fully customizable. Make sure the configuration looks exactly like this. Once done, save the file. Great! Our first agent is now fully configured and ready to drive the rest of the stock picker workflow. Open config/tasks.yaml. Find trending companies. So, here's what it does. Whenever you select a specific sector, like technology, healthcare, finance, or energy, this task automatically searches the latest news and identifies companies that are currently making headlines. What makes it powerful is that it doesn't just return the big names we already know. It focuses on discovering new and emerging companies that are trending right now. The output of this task is a clean list of trending companies for the sector we chose, and it gets saved directly into a JSON file, which we can later use for market research, lead generation, business analysis, or even investment scouting. Research trending companies task. It takes the list of trending companies we found earlier and searches online to create a detailed analysis report on each one. This gives us actionable insights and helps us understand which companies are worth tracking. Finally, our Pick Best Company task reviews the research and selects the strongest investment opportunity. It sends a push notification with the decision, and then generates a full report explaining why that company was chosen and why others were rejected. Make sure the configuration looks exactly like this. Once done, save the file. Open Crew.py. Start by importing core components from CrewAi, including agent, task, crew, and process, which allow us to build and orchestrate a multi-agent workflow. We then use crew-based decorators to define agents, tasks, and the crew in a clean and structured way. To enable live web research, we import SERPA DevTool. For structured and validated outputs, we rely on Pydantic's base model and field, along with Python typing support. We also include a custom push notification tool for real-world alerts, and configure long-term memory using SQLite storage so agents can remember and learn over time. Here, we define structured data models using Pydantic to ensure clean and reliable AI outputs. First, trending company represents a company currently in the news, capturing its name, stock ticker, and the reason it's trending. Next, trending company list groups multiple trending companies into a single validated list. We then define trending company research, which stores deeper analysis, including market position, future outlook, and investment potential. Finally, trending company research list aggregates all research results, ensuring the AI produces consistent, structured insights ready for downstream use. Crew base class sections defines the StockPicker crew using the @CrewBase decorator. Agent and task behaviors are loaded from external YAML configuration files, making the system flexible and easy to update. @CrewBase.crew decorator is used to specify the crew name and link to the agent and task. Definitions. Agent sections. The trending company finder agent uses live web search and memory to identify companies currently gaining attention. The financial researcher agent analyzes those companies using real-time data. Finally, the StockPicker agent makes the final selection and can send notifications, while also remembering past decisions. Task section. We define the tasks that guide how the agents work together. The first task, find trending companies, identifies companies currently in the news and outputs a structured list using a Pydantic model. The second task, research trending companies, performs deeper financial and market analysis, producing validated research results. Finally, the Pick Best Company task evaluates all findings and selects the strongest candidate based on the defined criteria. Crew and return section. Final section creates and runs the StockPicker crew. First, we ensure a local memory directory exists to store persistent data. We then define a manager agent, responsible for coordinating the workflow and delegating tasks in a hierarchical process. The crew is assembled with all registered agents and tasks, using a hierarchical execution model for better control and clarity. Verbose logging is enabled to make the system transparent and easier to debug. Memory is turned on for short-term context, and long-term memory is powered by SQLite, allowing the system to remember previously selected companies across runs. This setup creates a stateful, intelligent, and production-ready multi-agent system. Make sure the looks exactly like this. Once done, save the file. Open Main.py. Entry point for running the StockPicker crew. We begin by importing necessary modules and suppressing syntax warnings to keep the output clean. The run function sets up input parameters, such as the sector we want to analyze and the current date. Next, we create an instance of the StockPicker crew and launch it using the kickoff method, passing in our inputs. Once all agents complete their tasks, the final result is captured and displayed. We then print a final decision, showing the chosen company along with all research and reasoning collected by the crew. This script ties together the agents, tasks, and memory into a fully automated stock analysis workflow. Make sure the looks exactly like this. Once done, save the file, tools/push_tool.py. To wrap up, open terminal and run the following commands. We'll install the required dependencies using UV-add, including CrewAi with Google and Anthropic support, Lite-LLM, and Ollama. Then, we simply run CrewAi run to launch the full multi-agent StockPicker system. This final step prepares the environment and executes the project end-to-end. CrewAi run. Before we wrap up, let me show you where your memory and output files are stored. Inside the memory directory, you'll see two databases. When you're using the OpenAI API key, the RAG system automatically writes to long_term_memory_storage, DB. But if you're running local models like Ollama or Lite-LLM, it switches to long_term_memory, DB. Now, in the output directory, you'll find the results generated by the stock picking pipeline. Trending_companies, JSON. Research_report, JSON. And the final decision stored in decision.md. These files contain the full trail of the system's reasoning, from discovering trending companies to deep research and finally selecting the best investment. Support line, get assist. Stuck anywhere, or feeling overwhelmed? No worries. Just follow the link in the description. For more tutorials and smart automation tips, visit my YouTube channel, @PlayOwnAi.